at first, and that led up from Jason Roy, who had a fantastic game at the Oval against Pakistan. James Vince, who needs runs, was dropped out of that test side. He's back in for these one-day internationals. Exciting young player, James Vince. Debutant in Ben Duckett, who's had a fantastic year for Northamptonshire. Enjoyed T20 finals day. Don't need to say a lot about Johnny Bairstow and Ben Stokes. They are the key players for England when setting or chasing. Captain Joss Butler, Moeen Ali, who had a good warm-up game against that Bangladesh cricket board 11. Chris Wokes, who's really forced his way in all forms of the game. So Wokes has good performances in Test and one-day internationals. And then the bowling unit of David Willey, who can also bat. Jake Paul, who makes his... I'll take us through this Bangladesh side. Crowd just building here, that's a good sign, there's lots around. But
yes, all eyes will be on Tamim Iqbal, very good with the bat, the kind of experience, and 100 against Afghanistan was very good. Imrul Kais, that's what I wanted to see, because he was the one who got big 100 against England in the warm-up match. Good to see him back as an opening partner. He does open the innings in test matches with Tamim Iqbal. Mahmudullah, the right-hander, back-to-back 100. Don't forget that wonderful World Cup he had in the past, and he has been very good. Yes, he's picked up wickets as well. Shakib Al Hasan comes in next. Outstanding with the bat, outstanding with the ball. There is Mushfiqur Rahim. Has been struggling keeping behind the wickets, but has been pretty decent with the bat. Yeah, there is Musaddiq Hussain, the one who made his debut. Very good, outstanding average in the domestic circuit, but he needs to prove a point. It's early days for him. And then Shabir Rahman, who batted number 3 in that warm-up match, or rather against Afghanistan, who got 60 odd, looked very impressive. And then the left-arm spinner Musharraf Hussain coming back into the 11th. Now they picked up 2 left-arm seamer, Tashkin Ahmad, who's corrected his action, can bowl quick. And then there is a Mashrafi Murtaza.
I was going to ask you about that. A lot of pressure on him as a senior bowler and leading from the front as captain.
He's been inspirational, he's been outstanding, and he's been very good to get the Tigers on the right direction. And it's important that he goes on in and plays his part. He's been wonderful as a captain.
There's always dignitaries who come and obviously meet the team. It's the president of the BCB that come and shake their hands, wish them good luck, and I'm sure delighted as you are that England made the trip.
Absolutely. I mean, no one will ever forget this, that England has come in, and obviously ECB, I've already thanked them again, and I keep on thanking them again for being here. Yes, Nazmul Hasan, the president of the Bangladesh Cricket Board, being introduced to the players.
So, England won their series here last time 3-0. Bangladesh have won the last 6 series on the trot here. England win the toss, have a bat first. Come on then, who wins the game?
I don't really think that toss will matter. What matters is how many runs England will be able to score on this pitch. If they can get ahead, maybe 300 or more than 300, then it will be a tough chase for Bangladesh. But don't think that Bangladesh cannot come back and chase. I think they're very good end, especially at home.
Right, so there you hear it. Toss really not that important, says Attar. Nasser Hussain would have bowled first, so differing thoughts from the two ex-players. Big crowd just building up. We passed lots of people who were very keen to see. You can hear the roar because they know that Bangladesh have entered the field. Hot day here, very humid. It was a little bit cooler. There is a breeze.
সিনেমা তো নতুন স্ট্যান্ডার্ড এসে গেছে। অ্যাকশন সিন স্টারম্যান নয়, হিরো নিজেই করে। আর মুখের অবস্থা এই। আর এর জন্য শুধু পানি নয়, ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি মেন ফেস ওয়াশ। এটা ধুলো আর পলিউশন টেনে নিয়ে দেয় ফেয়ারনেসের নতুন স্ট্যান্ডার্ড। ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি মেন।
ফ্যাক্টরির চালে পড়েছে জং, ঝরে পড়ছে পানি। আছে কি এর প্রতিকার?
এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপকে কমার্স বলে মনে হলেও এটা আসলে একটা আর্ট। সময়ের চাহিদা বোঝার আর্ট, নতুন সম্ভাবনা খোঁজার আর্ট। সবাই দেখে প্রযুক্তির এগিয়ে যাওয়া, মানুষের হাতে হাতে স্মার্টফোন, আর এন্টারপ্রেনার দেখে এক নতুন ব্যবসার সম্ভাবনা, পোর্টেবল মোবাইল চার্জার। কেউ কেউ দেখে প্রফেশনাল লাইফে হাজবেন্ড ওয়াইফের সমান তালে এগিয়ে যাওয়া, আর এন্টারপ্রেনারের মাথায় উকি দেয় ডে কেয়ার সেন্টারের আইডিয়া। হাসপাতালগুলোতে বেড়ে যাচ্ছে মানুষের ভিড়, সাথে পাল্লা দিয়ে বাড়ছে স্বাস্থ্য সচেতনতা। এন্টারপ্রেনার দেখতে পায় আমাদের খাদ্য তালিকায় এক নতুন ধরনের স্বাস্থ্যবান্ধব আটার অন্তর্ভুক্তির সম্ভাবনা। ইসলামী ব্যাংক গর্বিত এরকম 20 লক্ষ বাংলাদেশি উদ্যোক্তার পাশে দাঁড়াতে পেরেছে বলে। ইসলামী ব্যাংক বাংলাদেশ লিমিটেড, কোটি গ্রাহকের ব্যাংক।
So it's very warm, it's very sticky, the crowd is building, a lot of security at the ground as you'd expect. So I'm sure that will build as the afternoon and into the evening.
In the second innings, but at the minute it just looks like it's going to be the best time to bat now.
That's what you're going to expect from Jason Roy, and hold back. And on this type of surface, it's one of the shots you're looking to play early, hit down the ground.
Any width, just one width, then you can throw your hands at the ball. You shouldn't be too worried about the bounce and it just decking around too much. So any width, you can throw your hands through the line of it. It's just a question of finding the middle of the bat. There's a change in the field where they've actually already, because of that pace, fine leg is now coming up. Deep square leg is in.
You hear the England boys talking about the first 20 balls, the difficult phase. It's the same wherever you are, but in these conditions, because there's no pace on the ball, you don't get runs for your deflections. A bit like that last shot there. He's not really getting any runs. It's not going down to third man. So it's just a little tougher to get your score up and running. He'll be a nervous lad, Ben Duckett. Great to see him here. Great that he's been selected. And good that he's coming in at number 3.
He can deal with the pressures of international cricket and everything that being in the spotlight gives when you play and you make your debut. We're in for a real treat. Because technically and the way that he goes about his innings, the touch of arrogance that he can have. Here's the moment Andrew Strauss had a little speech before that we can actually hear, and he passed him his cap. But if that man gets in, you're going to be in for a treat.
Down pitch. The first over gone, 5 without loss.
না, কিন্তু স্টার স্ট্যাটাস পাবি।
অ্যাকাউন্ট ইনফরমেশন
পাবি রে, প্রোফাইল আপডেটও করতে পারবি।
এত কিছু করা যায়?
হ্যাঁ।
আজব তো।
প্রয়োজন যাই হোক, মাইজিপি অ্যাপে সবই পারবেন। আর ডাউনলোডে 50 MB ইন্টারনেট একদম ফ্রি। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
চুমুকি অ্যাকশন।
রুচি চানাচুর তোমার সারপ্রাইজ।
এটাই সবচেয়ে স্মার্ট সারপ্রাইজ। কি?
ঠিক তাই, রুচি চানাচুরের প্যাকের করে SMS করে পেতে পারেন আইফোন। প্রতিদিন 1000 জনের মোবাইল রিচার্জ সহ স্মার্ট শপ সারপ্রাইজ।
Lovely shot, super shot. No need to chase after that. Slow outfield or not, middle of the bat 4.
One thing's for sure, he's good to watch when he gets in, James Vince, and when he hits a cover drive, it just makes it look very easy. R2-4, just a check and a punch just backs his timing to get it past the man on the drive and extra cover.
That has had 1 or 2 problems in the test matches with slip in place. They'll try and keep that slip in for as long as possible, but I think he's a good selection.
easy selection not to have made on the back of the Test match summary had. Perhaps a selection they would have made in years gone by, but they see him as a very talented player, give him as much opportunity as possible, and perhaps at the moment this is the format that suits him better.
Impressed in the UAE in a big occasion, in tough conditions for especially English batsmen as well, in spinning pitches, slow low pitches in the UAE. Against Pakistan last winter he played really well. I think they want to see a bit more of that, obviously. As you say, and that was in white ball cricket. I think because of that they feel they've got something there in James Vince.
Series of 3 games, really should. Bangladesh in these conditions at home have an exceptional record. They won their last 6 ODI series, and that is against teams such as India, Pakistan and South Africa. And they were pushed hard in their recent series against Afghanistan. They know conditions well, obviously, and they play well to them. They also have a very experienced side. Their caps, 929 caps in this 11. Compare that to England, who have 322. Without loss.
নিউ স্ট্যান্ডার্ডের এই প্ল্যাটফর্মে কে হচ্ছে হিরো? Fair and Lovely Men Channel I Hero, powered by Bangladesh Army Grand Finale, live 8 অক্টোবর শনিবার রাত 7:35
প্লিজ নে তো মাশাআল্লাহ খুবই ভদ্র, একেবারে পানির মতো শান্ত।
বাংলাদেশ 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 বাংলাদেশ।
এই ক্রিকেট উন্মাদনা ছড়িয়ে দিতেই এখন রবি সংযোগে নির্দিষ্ট রিচার্জে পাবেন আধা পয়সা রবি নাম্বারে আর 1 পয়সা কল রেট অন্য অপারেটরে। রবি।
Quite so straightforward.
I think Owen Morgan was brilliant. The way that he then, I think Just Butler was out of form and he sent him up the order again in the UAE. He got a 40 odd, then he got a brilliant 100. But you're right, it's not so easy to sit there amongst everyone and you look round at Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow maybe and say, do you know what, I'm going now. It's hot out there for the umpires as well. Standing there doing interviews and stuff, you just drip in sweat. Much bounce on that one, just hit the low on the bat.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, really, in terms of rotating the strike in English conditions or other conditions around the world. That might just fly off the face of the bat or the edge of the bat and you get a run, you're ticking. But here, just that bit more tricky.
The thing with balls like that actually makes you think, though, you have to make the most of this power play. If it's low now, it's going to get lower on towards the back end of our innings.
Beautiful shot. Not an easy shot to play when there's no pace and bounce, but great control from Jason Roy.
Shots like this you see a batsman make and you think they have a real touch of class. Not much wrong with the ball, if anything a fraction short, a fraction wide, but the way he can just punch through the ball with no extravagance, but just timing and an ability to pick up length very quickly.
Absolutely right.